Hello, Patriots. Thanks for dropping by Doug's Democracy Den. Here in the Den, we celebrate American government politics and current events and try to figure them out. One thing we also do in the Den is honor our country at each visit by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today's current event, if you've been watching your news, is the Supreme Court. You know that a Supreme Court justice just passed away, Justice Ginsburg. Justice Ginsburg was only the second woman in our history to be on the Supreme Court, which makes her an historic figure. Now, there are two elements to replacing a Supreme Court justice. There is the protocol and there's the politics. The protocol is very simple. To become a member of the U.S. Supreme Court, you must be nominated by the President of the United States, and then the U.S. Senate must approve that nomination by voting on it. That's it. President nominates, the Senate approves. There are no educational requirements, contrary to what most Americans believe. The Constitution does not set out any educational requirements to be a Supreme Court justice. However, in our modern times, we know very well that there are many educational requirements that are assumed. Law school, history, and career as a judge, as a lawyer, all those things are now required, but they are not required by the Constitution. They are required by modern-day politics. A trivia question for you. Justice Ginsburg was the second woman on the U.S. Supreme Court. Who was the first? Answer at the end. The other side of the Supreme Court nomination game is the politics. Both the Democrats and Republicans will have different views about who should become the next member of the Supreme Court. The president gets to make the selection because he's a Republican and he's in office. The Democrats will, of course, have different views. It's up to the Senate to have hearings to determine if the person is someone they would vote for. Now, there is another element of the political process is the congressional committee system. That is not laid out by the Constitution. The committee system was made up by Congress to serve its needs of doing its work. So you have an element required by the Constitution, which is the requirements to be a Supreme Court justice. But then you have an element that is what I would call tradition. Congress created these committees to help them accomplish their work objectives, but they just made them up themselves. So it's just by tradition that these committees exist and not by any constitutional directives. So as the person is nominated by the president, which is a constitutional requirement, and then voted on by Senate, which is a constitutional requirement, in between will be just a tradition exercise of going through the committee system. But all those are necessary to get the job done. The final question is, of course, how quickly should this happen? A Supreme Court justice should always be replaced as quickly as possible because there should always be a full complement of judges on the court. If you only have 8 judges, you can have ties, which solves nothing. You need to have the 9th person as soon as possible. The answer to your trivia question, did you all Google it or did you do it honestly? The first woman on the U.S. Supreme Court was Sandra Day O'Connor. She was appointed in 1984 by President Ronald Reagan. Thanks for dropping by Doug's Democracy Den. See you next time.